class, welcome to Module 2, Describing Attributes of a Dataset. This video is going to be covering Section 2.1, Summarizing Qualitative Data. And this is a worksheet that can be found on Springboard. So this is what your Springboard should look like if you're looking at this similar to the time that I'm recording. And if you're obviously looking at it in student view. So along the left hand side here you'd have syllabus, unit 1, resources, stats in the real world. You'd click on unit 1, module 2, and right now it shows that there are business stats module 2 slides underscore MJB, my initials. You'd click on that and you have the PowerPoint slides through that. But by the time this video is up, right underneath BStats Module 2 Slides, MJB, there is going to be a Word document that houses all of the example problems that I'm going to cover in my new videos for this class. Okay, so you'll click on the Word document there, and then it will open up a Word document that looks something like this. I also wanted to bring up that I mentioned this in an announcement, announcements week number 2, current lectures, that I would be putting out some videos. These are those videos, but I did want to remind you that you guys have multiple ways to learn this material, okay? And I encourage you to use whichever ones you feel comfortable using or which you think suit you best. So right now we have the PowerPoint slides that I've provided. We have the ebook that is currently on Connect. I don't recommend that as much. We haven't had, or the ebook isn't as interactive as it should be. So you'll notice by clicking on the ebook, oftentimes you'll be reading something and it'll quote like what it says in a movie or what it says in a video or something like that. So the ebook tends to have like these kind of alliterations, or not alliterations, these allusions to videos that are being talked about. Those actual videos are in the Learn Smart Achieve library, okay? So the Learn Smart Achieve library, which I'm sure you all have used by now, but just in case you haven't, let's click into there. So this is what my professor view looks like. So we'll look at your student view. So your student view should look something like this. So you should have a list of assignments over here, some of which you've completed already, some of which are due now or due within the next week or so, and then a resource that you have prior to doing your homework or prior to doing the quizzes is going over here. So there's the ebook that I was talking about. Is going over here to additional practice and then Learn Smart Achieve. So it'll load up here and you just kind of click through the OKs and say learn, continue. So you could do any of the self-studies here. So this is an option for doing the self-study Learn Smarts. So you could use these in preparation for doing your homeworks or doing your quizzes. Okay, these are perfectly good study methods. You could use that. You could also go to the library and then just kind of march through the subjects. So we're in chapter 2 right now, describing attributes of a data set. So we would look in here and summarizing qualitative data. And it shows you there are frequency tables right here. And this looks like a lecture. Let's click on it and see what he's got. Great. So that's how that works. And then you can click over here for practice. I'm sure many of you guys have already done this, but I just want to make sure that you guys have seen it just in case. But yeah, so this is a great resource. So then you can click on this. Videos. Okay, and we can always go back to the library. And all these symbols mark kind of what it is. I think this is the like slide 1. These are videos. And this looks like it's a video with some questions. Okay, so that's also a resource. You have your classmates that you could ask questions to within the discussion forum. I guess I'd recommend doing that more after we've got some examples out in the discussion forum. You could contact me via email. You can come see me at an office hour, or you could set up like an interactive web-based office hour. So we would just have to do that as kind of a one-off appointment. But so now I'm doing extra examples. So this is what I was talking about. So in this content browser, by the time that this video is up, there will be a Word document or a PDF that's going to say something like Business Stats Module 2 Companion Worksheet. Okay, so if you want to work alongside of me as I work through these in Word in the video, you can go ahead and do so. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into section 2.1, summarizing qualitative data. Okay, and we're just going to cover one problem. Most of these videos, we're going to cover 1 to 2 problems, and it's just going to give you an idea of what you can see on a test with me, and just to kind of let you hear my voice and kind of see how I teach it. Yeah, and just kind of give you another angle. So you're going to have the author's view from McGraw-Hill. You're going to have PowerPoint slides. You're going to have an ebook. You're going to have all the other methods within that Learn, Smart, Achieve. Anything that you want to find on the internet is fine. You can ask me questions via email. These videos, your classmates. I'll probably end up putting out some sample exams, some old exams. Also, I think I already have out there I think they're listed as supplementary materials. So basically, when I taught this class last semester and the semesters before, we used a different book and it was in a different format, but I also have those videos out there and the documents that are associated with those videos out there for you as well. Okay, so we try to give you as much as possible here, but I did want to put these videos out there just because I want you to know that, you know, I guess I want you to know that I am going to do my part to teach this as well, but I want you guys to feel comfortable to reach out to me to ask questions as well, okay? So don't feel like, you know, it's just some person behind a keyboard, okay? So you guys can always come visit me at the university, at the CBA, or like I said, you can schedule like a face-to-face interactive kind of web setting if you want to. But really excited to teach this class, guys. I think that this new book that we have is a good one. And yeah, let's get started on 2.1. So actually, for sure, right now, without any further ado, let's just do 2.1, summarizing qualitative data. Number 1, the following data are obtained from a survey concerning favorite color. Write down the frequency and relative distributions. Okay, so right now we have this data set. It's just raw data, right? It's not in any particular order. That's that. Okay? And sorry if you guys hear my kids in the background. Yeah, this office is not soundproof that I'm working in, so I do apologize about that. But yeah, so this is just tasking us to go ahead and make a frequency table, and then also to add in the relative frequencies. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to count up the number of occurrences that each one of these are in the data, and then that's going to give us the frequencies. Simple enough, right? Okay, so blue. So for blue, starting here, so the top line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9. So 9 is the total. And basically, you're just counting up the data points. So I'm not going to bore you with running through and trying to track the pen on the screen and all that stuff. But so we have 9 blue, 3 red, 3 orange, 3 yellow, 6 green, and 3 pink. And scroll down here, and 3 purple. Okay, and that is a total number. If we look up here, we have 3 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 30 pieces of data. All right. And so then this column tasks us with what is our relative frequency. Now, relative frequency, which you've learned in the other materials that you've looked at, is going to be the frequency divided by the total. So in the case of blue, it's going to be the frequency of blue, which is 9, divided by the total number of units n. Okay, so then our relative frequency is going to be equal to 9 divided by 30, which is equal to 0.3. Okay, and then furthermore, so this is going to be 3 divided by 30, 0.10. We know that 3 divided by 30 is 0.10 here, 0.10. And then 6 divided by 30 is 0.20. 0.10, you don't got to put all the equal signs in there. I just did for whatever reason. Then we add these up, and the one thing that we want to make sure, the one thing that we want to check is that they all add to 1. Okay? 0.3 plus 0.1 is 0.4, plus 0.1 is 0.5, plus 0.1 is 0.6, plus 0.2 is 0.8, plus 0.1 is 0.9, plus 0.1 is 1. So that's that. That is summarizing qualitative data by using frequency tables. Okay, so important things with that are to make sure that when you're doing relative frequency, those frequencies add up to 1. And then I guess furthermore, or more simply, make sure that the frequencies that you have add up to n, the total number. Okay, so make sure that 9 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3 equals 30. And in fact, it does. All right, guys, thank you so much. This video was a little bit more long-winded than I think the other ones will be, but that's because I just did all the explaining of all the other resources you have and kind of what we're doing in the class and this and that. But yeah, like I said, just wanted to get you guys a chance to hear my voice, that sort of thing. I encourage you to come in and meet me. It's going to make it maybe easier to work on the class projects and some of the problem explanations and whatnot, but really do want to help you guys out as much as possible. I do know that stats is not an easy class to take online, and it's only going to get more difficult from here from a content perspective. But so I want you guys to know that I am a resource for you. So contact me if and when you guys have issues. And I guess as always, give me a day to respond throughout the week. Usually I'm a lot quicker than that, but just at worst, give me 24 hours, and then over the weekend, give me at worst 48 hours. And like I said, I'm usually better than that to respond anyways. But all right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to section 2.1. Until next time, thanks so much.